Okay, good afternoon and welcome back. We've got another item here. Today it's something from one of our sponsors, Basenor. It's kind of a rectangle. What might this be? Let's open this box up and find out. Now as we get inside the outer box, we can see that it is from Basenor, and it is indeed a square box. So what for the Cybertruck, which is full of triangles, might come in a square? Let's open up this box and find out. So here we go, turning it up on its side. Looks like oh, that's nice. Comes with a little plastic pry tool. I already have a couple of my own that I have in the front of the truck already, but nice to include a little handy dandy pry tool. And then if we pull it out here, what do we got? Well, what do you know? It is the HEPA filter. So, boy, these are big filters on the Cybertruck, aren't they? Look at the size of this thing. And there's a little bit of literature and some installation how-to instructions. Well, that's nice that they've given us that. So why don't we take a moment to review these, and then we'll go over to the truck and swap out the filter. So just as an FYI, I picked up my truck, what was it, Star Wars Day last year, and here we are at the end of May the following year. So it's, been in the truck a little over a year and probably about a month. So we'll have to see what the old one that we take out looks like after that period of time. Now, I don't think I particularly drive in dusty conditions, like I don't have a gravel road that I drive down, etc., but it'll still be interesting to see. Okay, so here we are over in the front of the Cybertruck, and if you look at the instructions, it says first thing to do is take this pry tool and take off this panel simply by getting underneath and prying it out. Now, I could do that, but I actually have a mat in here first. Well, I have both the net, the Cybertruck net, and this interior mat. So I'm going to pull both of those out first, because you can see this it kind of overlaps the front, and that's just going to make that harder to get out. So give me a moment to get these out of the truck, and then we'll take that front panel off. All right, so I've got that the tray and the net out of the front here. So now I think it's probably pretty easy. I can just get my hand underneath here, it seems, and kind of pull that out. I don't necessarily need the pry tool, but you can see it does have places here where it pops in to each of those. So I'll just kind of pull that out, pull this out, and sure enough, that comes right out. So pry tool's nice, but I was able to get this with my hand. So we'll take this and set it out of the way. By the way, there are some new ones of these coming out that are lighted, and I may be getting one of those from a sponsor soon, and then we'll go through the whole installation process of that piece. So we will set that aside and look here into where we have to undo the clips to get this filter out. Now, I've seen on the internet a few times people talking about, oh, I broke off these clips just trying to get these out. So I'm going to take a moment and just kind of zoom in so you can see those clips. And I have to imagine that if we're just careful with those, we should be able to unclip that and slide that out pretty easily. But I'm going to pause for a moment here, double check the instructions, make sure there's not any little tips or tricks there, and then come back and tell you how I'm going to undo these clips. Okay, so I want to show you this. So these three clips, really all I did was depress them slightly and they unclipped. Okay, the middle one was probably the stickiest. So with that middle one, I actually took the little wedge tool, just put it in there softly, make sure it wasn't breaking any plastic, wasn't trying anything too hard. But you can see these are just little clips that fit up inside of here. And then if you, again, I just pressed down just slightly enough to get this door to hinge open. So once you get that door to hinge open, you can take that door out, and now the filter is ready to pull out. So you can see the Tesla part number on there. You can see that that's the original Tesla air filter. Let's take this out of the box a second and see what it looks like. Still looks pretty white to me. There's, a little bit of kind of dust and dirt, it looks like, maybe on this side. Let's see what the other side looks like. The other slide's this kind of gray material, so it's really hard to see just how dirty it might be. I can see along, this edge here that there's, definitely some dirt along the edge about how that sits. So anyway, we've just pulled this out. Let's go get the new filter and compare. Okay, so here is the new filter from Basenor compared to the existing Tesla filter on this side. So you can see this is definitely wider than this side is. And if I flip them up, taking a look at the bottom side, I think they, again, look pretty much the same, other than, again, you can see there's just kind of some dirt around the edges of the Tesla filter, where obviously this one is looking brand new. Otherwise, I mean, the Tesla one does have some support ribs across here, where the Basenor one does not have these support ribs, but I don't really know how important that is, since it has to fit down into that slot. There isn't anywhere for the filter to go. It's not like it could sag down or expand or get loose or go somewhere else. Appears to have, very similar clips here that you just pull out. We'll come down, look along the front. Again, we've got our Tesla information here, and this one is just simply blank. The foam is a little bit different around here, but for all intents and purposes, I mean, it's still foam. Plastic frames appear to be the same. So what's the big difference between these two? I don't really think there is one, other than this one from Tesla is $100 and this one from Basenor is, I don't know, like $35. So almost 3 times the price between those. You could change this out every 4 months if you wanted to, versus once a year on this one. So again, I don't know how long these are rated for. That might be something good to look up on Tesla's site and see if they give you a recommended change interval. Mine's, again, been in for over a year, so I figured, what the heck, much like my furnace filter, probably doesn't get changed often enough, and I'll go ahead and get this changed. So should be quite easy in terms of putting this one in, just like the Tesla one we pulled out. It'll just go right down inside the block, and you can kind of feel it, compressing the foam here on the sides, on either side as it goes in, so that it fits tightly, and then simply push that all the way in. I notice there's a little bit of dirt dust here. I'm going to go get a rag and clean that up before I put the cover back on and seal that up, because you can see there's a bit of dirt on the bottom, and I'd like to clean that up, but no need to video me cleaning. I do notice there's a bit of dust on the inside of the plastic here on the bottom part, so it does show you that it is bringing some dust into that filter area, and must be doing its part if it's keeping it out of the truck interior itself. So I'm going to clean this up, come back and seal everything up. All right, so we're back, and I have cleaned up this piece all inside. I've cleaned around the edges. I've cleaned down inside the box around the filter, and here's the dirt that I got out of there. So I would advise, if you're going to go ahead and change out your filter, you might as well clean out the box a little bit too before you put all this back together. So again, putting it back together, there are some, let me show these little slots that these pegs or these kind of teeth go into. You'll just simply line up those slots, and this should line up so that it fits tightly, and then you'll just push these until they click in. So there's those. Yep, I can hear it click. Make sure it clicks. You can pull this a little bit to make sure that that's tight. Yes, I want to make sure that that's good, all the way clipped in. Yep, not budging, not budging, not budging. Good and tight, as they say, or gut and tight, as the Germans say. But there you go. Now all we have to do is put that cover back on, put my mat back in, and we're done replacing out this filter. So thank you for watching today. Please do subscribe to our channel on YouTube, and specifically, please do subscribe to our article blog on the halocybertruck.com website, as it will then email you whenever we release new videos like this one. I'm Tesla Ken. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.